Hi, I want to share my journey with you about having a gastric sleeve operation. I am a diabetic. I was diagnosed at 29 years old. I'm now 40. I've had lots of consequences of my diabetes, including 3 miscarriages, sadly, of IVF babies. Ulcers, sebaceous cysts on my back that have got infected, and ended up having to have my whole back drained. I've had blood vessels burst in my eye, and I don't see colour as well as I should, and my eyesight's not as good as it should be. And at the moment you can see my arm's in a sling and it's very swollen. That is because I suffered from a frozen shoulder, a rare complication of diabetes where it's been an autoimmune in the joint itself, response in the joint itself, and that has caused me a great deal of pain. My movement prior to the surgery was 5 degrees lifting up and 10 degrees to the side. The surgery, I got out of hospital yesterday. That's why I've got a nerve block in. And the sling, that was a precursor to actually doing the gastric sleeve, because the surgeons that I am seeing through Wellington Hospital, Dr. Ban and Dr. Wicks, prefer to operate from the side, to have the patient in a cross, like they're on the cross, and to come in from that way. It's a lot safer than having a patient in stirrups, and less chance of damage to the liver. So not only did I, for my own pain relief, get the shoulder fixed, I also did that as part of getting prepared for the surgery. So a little bit more about me. Next week, that's the 5th of March 2013, I commenced the OptiFast pre-diet. That's a liquid diet where, liquid in bars. It's a very low calorie diet. The aim is to actually have some of the fat go out of your liver, to have your liver be a bit smaller, to make the surgery safer, so that the liver lifts up and is out of the way of the stomach, so that when they cut off half of the stomach during the gastric sleeve operation, less chance of damaging the liver. What do I want out of a gastric sleeve operation? Well, I guess I'm realistic. What I really want is, one, to have weight control. I've had a weight problem since I was 8 years old. Throughout high school, my weight went up and down. My smallest I was in high school was 60 kgs. That was when I was rowing competitively. My biggest I've been 139 kgs. I've lost 40 kgs. I lost 40 kgs to do IVF in the first place. During the cycle, I put on a lot of weight. After my first miscarriage, I put on even more weight. Then I lost another 30 kgs when I left my first husband, and then met my current husband, who's lovely, and I guess got comfortable, and weight came back on again, as well as doing 2 more IVF cycles, and from which we got embryos saved, and we decided that we weren't going to do anything with those until I was well enough. So they're on hold, waiting for me to be well enough. We were tag teamed by my fertility specialist and my endocrinologist, who then referred us to the bariatric surgeons at Wellington Hospital. My surgery, I'm very lucky, and I just feel so privileged and happy to have it publicly funded by the government. It is something that means so much to me, because we just wouldn't have been able to afford this. But I know that without it, the life that I was looking at ahead, given the things that I'd had go wrong because of the diabetes, my lifespan wouldn't have been great. I am on Lantus. I take 50 units a day of Lantus in the morning. I have a terrible hormonal morning rise with my diabetes. I am on between anything from sort of 25 units up to 40 units with each meal of Humalog. I've had times, like a lot of diabetics, where I've not wanted to have diabetes, and so I've not been very good at taking care of my diabetic control and suffered the consequences of that. I also, the lowest my HbA1c has been in the old units is 6.1. That was when I was trying to get pregnant. It's pretty much a full-time job to keep it at that, with testing all the time and top-ups all the time, and it was just really, really hard and very, very difficult, and quite difficult with work and life in general. My goal with doing the surgery is that my diabetes, if not gone altogether, which I know can happen, and that would be fabulous, it would be fantastic, but if it's not gone, then I would like it to be able to be easily controlled, perhaps with just the smallest amount of insulin, or even just with tablets. Look, that would be a win for me. Yeah, it really would be a win for me. So I'm just really looking forward to it. I start the Optifast, as I said, on the 5th of March, which isn't that long away. It's about a week away. A little bit sort of nervous, but worried about how I'll go, sort of getting stuck in and doing that, and a bit worried about after the surgery. But in all honesty, how it will be and how hard it will be to get used to this new way of life, but quite excited too. And as I say, very thankful for the opportunity. I will touch base again next week. Cheers.